Wait, what?
You said you're gonna show me what Ethereum 2.02 is all about, right? So why don't you do it live?
What, are we keeping this for the main video?
Yeah.
Okay guys, so we're also gonna talk about Ethereum 2.0, what the whole fuss about it is, and could Ethereum potentially go to $50,000 or $100,000 in the future. Stay tuned. Welcome to episode 3 of Chart Art by MOC. Today, we're going to talk about quite a few stuff. So what are we actually talking about, Alavi?
First of all, we are gonna give you weekly insights on GBPUSD, GBPJPY and gold. And Awsaf is gonna do analysis on?
So I'm going to actually talk about Ethereum US dollar, my weekly bias on the whole pair, what's going to happen with it. And lastly, we also ran a poll on Euro US dollar that won. People wanted to know what's going to happen with Euro US dollar, and we will live analyze Euro US dollar.
We'll elevate to the ones who are in UK and US. Now let's get started with GBPUSD. So we're in the beginning of May, and the last month's April's candle close was pretty much bearish, and it's a type of doji. Some of you people identify this candle as a doji, and we are back into 1.4000 area, which is a strong supply zone area. So we might see a reversal from this area. And now let's go to weekly and see how it's looking. Alright guys, on weekly we can see the last week's candle is filled, almost 78% is filled over here. So now we can expect the candle to move more down into this area, because the last candle close was pretty much bearish, followed by the last week's candle, right? So now let's go to daily and see how it's looking. Alright guys, now we are in daily, and if you see the last daily candle, it's very bearish and have taken out all the retail buyers from this area. Now where are we heading next to? Now personally, if you say me, I would like to see some kind of correction before continuing the bearish momentum. And where would I like to see the correction area to? It's around 1.39000 area. First interest should be around this area, but we have to keep in mind, if we fail to break this level, and we can if we break this level, we might head to 1.411 area next if we are breaking the last high. And if we can continue the bearish momentum respecting the last lower high, we can create another lower high lower low around 1.37980 area. On 4 hour, we have entered a sell from 1.397 area to this area, but we were closed and break even like we explained in the last video. Now I would like to see some kind of correction like I explained during the daily time frame. If we have a correction around this area, a lower high around this area, I would like to sell again GBPUSD from this area to this GBPJPY on the monthly candle, because if you see on GBPJPY's monthly candle, it is a bullish close. The wick is also above the last monthly candle, and I would like to see the bullishness continue only if we can break the last low, which I'm going to explain you on the weekly chart. Alright guys, on GBPJPY, the last week is closed above last week's candle, and now it's in a pretty much interesting area, because we have bias on both side areas. Now only we are gonna go bearish if we can break 150 level and close below 150 level. If we can close below 150 level, we might see a pullback to around 146 area guys. But on last week's Friday, we have seen a bearish close on GBPJPY's daily candle, and that's why we have seen a big wick on the weekly candlesticks. Now if we can close the next daily candle, if we close below this wick, we might see a reaction into 150.6 area. And since we have both side bias, I will be also looking for buying opportunity in this and this area, 150.6 and 149.850 area. But if we can break this area and this area too, we are heading next to 148 area. But this will be very much tough, because the momentum still is very much bullish, and I would definitely not sell. Only if it breaks this level, I'm gonna try and sell. But 4 hour, if we can hold this area, we are heading next to 153 level or higher. But like I said you guys, if we break, we are gonna look for opportunities for sell, and take profits will be updated. But for me, I'm looking for this and this area for my take profit zones. If we break this, the last monthly candle close was very much bullish, and if we go in weekly and daily, we would see a different picture into it because of its bearish close. But in monthly, if you want to say me what's the monthly candle looking like, for me it's bullish for simple. Now let's move to weekly and daily. On weekly time frame, we see a type of doji in this area, and then we kind of see a reversal. But since in monthly we are bullish, we want to see some kind of breakout structure before actually taking sells and continuing its bearish momentum. But for now, we have both side bias, because on daily we have a bearish close and a lower low creating in 1760 area, which I have already said you guys last week, which was one of my point of interest. But for now, I would actually want this low to break and price come around 1740 area before continuing its bullish momentum. So for me, I would like to take sells after a correction to 1770 area, which I'm gonna explain you in 4 hours. Or I would like to see a lower high forming in this area, 1778 area, and only if we can hold this area, I would like to see the price come to 1740 area. But then again, if we break this level, I would actually like to see the price go around 1800 area. But always remember, if we can hold this level for this week, we are coming down. If we can break the last high, we are going to 1800 area.
Well, with Ethereum US dollar, we're on the weekly chart, and I have some key price levels I would want you guys to remember. Number one is the $836 range. If we do have a change in market structure and Ethereum goes bearish, the last stopping point, in my opinion, would be around the $840. Now, if we are seeing for a shorter correction, we could expect Ethereum to come around $1930 to $1650. And lastly, if we do keep on going bullish, $3,400 to $3,500 is a very imminent target. It all depends on whether phase 2 and phase 3 of Ethereum 2.0 gets launched, and maybe $5,000 could be in the
Also,
yeah.
just think me as a beginner and think I don't know anything about crypto.
Okay.
Just let me know what actually Ethereum 2.0 is.
Okay, so Ethereum 2.0, Alavi, it's basically an extension of Ethereum. It is not a separate coin. It's going to be known as ETH2, but it is just an extension of Ethereum 2.0, because you need to understand the whole vision behind the Ethereum team is to make it mainstream, is to make it as a solid currency which can be used for various purposes throughout the world.
Is it for the security purposes, or is it for what exactly? Why are they taking it to Ethereum 2.0?
Okay, so very good question. So there is a part about their proof of work, which is the security. Ethereum 2.0, the developers of Ethereum 2.0 are working day in, day out to make sure the transactions are made more secure, but also faster. So that's one thing. One part of the Ethereum 2.0, I don't know the exact wording because I'm not a tech guy, is because of the security, to make it way more secure, but also faster. Because right now, I'm sure we have dealt and we've seen other people deal in cryptocurrencies, and it takes a lot of time for the whole process to happen, right? Now, the second thing is actually to make it also easier for other developers to be able to use the program of Ethereum. Right now, it's just one program you can use in Ethereum. Over time, when Ethereum 2.0 comes out and the phase 3 is over, you can actually code in various languages, including the C and C++. So which makes a huge, bigger network of programmers to be able to use the Ethereum system. Does that make sense?
Interesting, yeah. That's like, I really didn't know anything about Ethereum 2.0 before 5 minutes, but now that's a lot of knowledge for me. But as a beginner or as an investor, would you suggest me personally to invest into Ethereum 2.0?
So what I would say is, since you have the accessibility to invest from a country where it's still not legalized, but you can still legally invest from here, what I would highly suggest to you is, if you can go through that route and include cryptocurrency into your portfolio, and for everyone watching from the West, which you can easily do it without any hassle, I would highly suggest to weight a big portion of Ethereum into your portfolio, even if the bull run ends early. Because from what I think, Ethereum has a huge potential to dominate over Bitcoin in the coming future, because Bitcoin right now has a very laggy scalability. Its scalability and its access, its supply is decreasing over time. But with Ethereum, with the amount of investment the whole inner team is making with Ethereum 2.0 coming out, I really think that could be the number one cryptocurrency for the future. I really feel confident about that. So I would highly suggest even owning one Ethereum as an investor would be a very smart deal.
Alright guys, now it's time for EURUSD to analyze the chart together and see what we got over here. Now, before starting the analysis, I want you guys to know that this week's Friday we have NFP, non-farm payroll, and it's gonna be very much volatile. So if you guys want, you guys can trade with maximum 1% risk of your capital, or it's better to stay away from the market. Now, let's see what we got for EURUSD. On EURUSD, we can see it reacted from a strong supply zone from 1.22 area, 228 area. Now, if we go in daily or weekly first, we can see a lower high is trying to form around this area. But always remember, if we break this high, we are going above. That is the basic idea we are getting from the structure. Now, let's go and see in daily what we got. Okay, that's nice. We can see on daily it's reacting from the 7860 area, and we might see a lower low forming in this area if we can see another 2-3 days of bearishness in the next week. But by just seeing the last week's Friday, we can see that it's already reacted from this area very nicely. Now, on 4 hour, what do we see for next week's targets? Okay, I would like to see some kind of correction before actually continuing the bearish movement. And for my targets, I would actually see this low to take out first, and for higher time frame targets around this low. But I want to see the correction first around, I would say around this area. So for me, EURUSD is bearish until and unless it holds this high, the last high around, let's say around this area. If we hold this high, and if next week is closing below this high, I'm still bearish on EURUSD. So that's it for EURUSD.
Thank you for watching the video, people. Before we let you people go, we will give you a very special thing. As a trader who's been trading for years, months, days, or even hours, this is compulsory for you, which is a trading plan. We're gonna drop in the description below a template trading plan, which will let you design your own trading plan with your confirmations. Also, if you have questions based on all the analysis we did, you have improvements, you have feedback, drop it down below in the comment section. We're gonna get back to every one of you. And finally, like, share, subscribe.